I'm out here looking at a quote today. Look at this mess. So it looks like the water's coming off these apartments here. And check this out. So this house just went up for sale and the property owner called me to fix this. So I'll give her a quote and see what happens. I wanted to show you too, look at that. That is some crawl space right there. Man. On this quote I wanted to show you right over here, there is a drainage basin right there. So this is at least a place you can take the water to. The problem over here is this is a super low point right here. And so you have to now create a new low point. Right in here, this is all so flat, it's going to be really hard to get any water to move across there, even if we do put some catch basins right in there. Now they do have a nice deep point right in here where you can put a catch basin. So this was it was starting out okay looking at this job. This was part of a real estate deal. Now take a look back here at these apartments. So this is where I started to really worry about being able to solve this problem. The reason is because that is an unknown amount of water coming off of the apartments right there and the parking lot. And so here you can really see all this parking lot. There may be even another apartment building back over here. And it looks like the water is just flowing right through here. So the major problem with this job and quoting this job is it's an unknown amount of water. And the crawl space is the low point. So like I said, this was part of a real estate deal. And oftentimes those deals want to be as cheap as possible so they can just sell the house pretty much. And so this was a deal where I did give them a quote. I didn't feel super good about being able to 100% solve the crawl space flooding due to the unknown amount of water coming through here. And so I did email over a quote, but I didn't really want the job. And I never heard back from the customer. So I did check recently and the house did sell. So I guess here I am uploading this as this is what a job that I don't really want looks like. And again, I didn't want this job because I didn't feel sure that I could solve it 100% due to the unknown amount of water coming from the apartments. For this job, there was a drainage basin here in the front yard. However, once I started looking at it, you can see across here there's just no fall down to that drainage basin. So they've cut this little drainage swale through here, and it looks like the neighboring property with this corrugated is dumping into it as well. The problem here, though, is you have well, there's the corrugated. You have all this standing flat area in the backyard. The entire backyard is flat. And look up here, you've got just a big, huge hill. So there's a lot of water coming off the hill. You don't know where that water, how much water is coming from, all that. If you put a catch basin right here, that will solve this water. But this water right here will still be there. And so when you have a super flat area like this, there's just no way to get this water into a catch basin. And so this is another example of a backyard that I just don't feel good that I can actually solve any of it. So look, everywhere you go, there's standing water back here. And so this was another example of a job that I don't even think I quoted this one. I think I just told the customer. They called me out here. They weren't able to meet with me or anything. But yeah, there's a gutter discharging right there, but where's all this water coming from? So this is another example of a job that I just pretty much, I didn't feel like I could do anything to help here. So there's another example for you all. These were both jobs that I went and looked at, and I really didn't want the job. The reason was because I just didn't know where the water was coming from. And remember, for a drainage solution, you've got to be able to identify the source of water. You've got to be able to get that water into a pipe, and then you've got to be able to take that pipe to let the water go where it's no longer a problem. And so in both of these cases, we were dealing with non-point surface water that was just coming from all around. In the one case from the apartments, in the other case from the hill, and both properties were super, super flat with no real fall anywhere. And so these type of projects where there's not a clear way to get the water into a pipe, I don't feel good about. So I really try to shy away from those a little bit. And sometimes it can be kind of awkward when you don't want the job. So do you price it really high to have the customer go with someone else? Do you tell them you don't want the job? How do you all do that normally? And so both of these, and I've gotten into trouble before trying to deal with an unknown amount of water because either the pipe didn't have enough fall or it was too small. So unless I feel really, really good about being able to solve the problem, I typically tend to shy away from problems like that. So these were just a couple of examples of jobs that I went and looked at, but I didn't really want the job because I didn't feel it was a very tricky solution and I didn't feel good about it. So let me know what you all think about this type of video. Thanks for watching.